Hi, I'm Lou, and this is how I built my own dynamometer. The flywheel came off on a 100-year-old wagon. The frame is made of 6x6 timbers, and I've got some half-inch rods here for protection in case it ever explodes. This wagon wheel was pretty well balanced, but not good enough for 1,000 RPM, so I put carriage bolts through and then added various weights of washers until I got it perfectly balanced. It's spinning on a 1-inch axle and 2 pillow block bearings. A dyno needs to know the precise inertia of its flywheel. I measured how long it took a 3-pound weight to fall 18 inches, 275 pound-foot squared. I didn't want to spin this old wagon wheel up too fast, so I've got a 7x reduction, 84 teeth on this sprocket, which is mounted with these plates against the spokes. This is a manual clutch by 3D Motorsports that actually disconnects when you pull this cable. Here's a vacuum that's pulling the exhaust outside. Here's the computer that's monitoring everything. It has one sensor here on the motor to determine RPM, and then the other sensor goes here to determine the speed of this flywheel. You can see right there's the sensor, and the magnet goes by right there. The data gets sent over Bluetooth to either a tablet or a phone. First, we do a spin down calibration to determine the flywheel's resistance profile. So the flywheel went from 672 RPM down to 200 in about 90 seconds. There's the torque for it, and there's a resistance which shows the back torque essentially between 200 and 700 RPM for that wheel. That comes from rolling resistance on the bearings and wind resistance on the spokes. For the dyno run, we start with the motor and flywheel at idle and then go wide open all the way up to max RPM. So the flywheel went from 200 to 700 RPM. The engine went from 2,000 to 5,000 RPM. The engagement was 100% the full time, which means no clutch slip. Torque went to 9.8, horsepower to 6.7, which is pretty dead on accurate for a Predator 212 Hemi. This is the resistance we did earlier. These are the stats version of everything we saw on the graphs. A standalone flywheel rig like this is most accurate, but if you can't build that, you can attach it directly to a vehicle with the sensors there and there. There's a vehicle mode in settings, which tells the black box to use wind and rolling resistance of your vehicle along with linear acceleration. I built this thing for under $500 and I love the results. There's more info on this stuff at blackboxdyno.com. Thanks for watching.